Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Great Pretender, but this time I'm going to be checking out episodes 9 through 12. But last time, on episodes 5 through 8, we saw the ending of the Los Angeles connection, and what an epic conclusion that was. Just the twists and turns of that one, fantastic. The whole idea of the FBI agent being in on it the entire time, just, I don't know, I like that twist a lot. But after all that was said and done, our boy Makoto decided to set his life straight once and for all. He took his earnings, delivered it to the police, turned himself in, and served his time. And after he was through with that, he decided to just get a nice, steady job, working in, car repair and things like that, which eventually led to him learning how to fix up planes and stuff. And honestly, it looked like things were going great for Makoto. He finally got what he wanted. His life was straight and he was finally getting respected by people. Turns out that was a lie. Just a total lie. He was just getting roped in to yet another scheme once again. Poor guy can't catch a break. All he wants is to go straight and live a life free from crime, but he's just too good at it, man. He just keeps getting dragged back in. This time they roped him into a hustle involving a big frickin' plane race, and so far so good with that one. Things have been progressing pretty good for them for the most part, other than that, well, Abby's been having some difficulty flying the plane due to her, good old-fashioned Vietnam flashbacks about her past, and it's pretty gruesome stuff. And the fact that the dude they're trying to hustle hasn't been super receptive to some of their little tricks, but the one they're working right now, I think they've got him pretty good here. But enough recapping stuff we already know. Let's talk about a weird thing about the episodes of Great Pretender, in that on Netflix, where I'm watching this, it only goes up to episode 14, and then it splits off the rest of the episodes into season 2 for some reason. It tricked me into thinking there was only 14 episodes at first until I looked it up and saw that there were a whole extra 9 episodes that just got split off for some reason. Honestly, it's just Netflix being Netflix. They do that with anime all the time, where they just split off episodes into weird little different seasons sometimes, and it confuses some people. They did it with Seven Deadly Sins, that's for sure, where they called the Signs of Holy War Season freaking 2, and then the actual Season 2 got called Season 3, and it just threw everybody off. And then it did the same thing here, and there was no reason to do it here. At least with Seven Deadly Sins, they only did that just because they didn't know what to do with labeling Signs of Holy War, but with this, they just split it off into Season 2. Why? Honestly, I think what it is that there was a very brief hiatus between episode 14 and the rest of it. So instead of just, after the hiatus, adding those episodes onto season 1, they just split it off and called it season 2. Nice. So yeah, weird, but because of the fact that there's 23 episodes in total, not sure how that's gonna work out with the 4 episode system that I'm doing here, but we'll see. And just because of the way I'm doing that, it also means I end up getting stopped right in the middle of cases, which, that sucks. I'll have to figure something out about that. But for now, who cares? Let's just get back into the greatness that is Great Pretender. Shall we? Shall we? So to start off, the end of that Singapore Skies arc was quite good. The trickery they pulled at the end to get the money from that guy, it was thorough. And they took everything, seemingly. They left him just dry, man. And the stuff between Abby and Lewis was just, so dark and terrible. I mean, he seemingly just admitted that he was the one who flew over and dropped the bomb that day that killed her parents, and then, ended up with her becoming a child soldier, and then herself getting blown up, but thankfully surviving. And then, just living life all up until this point, just not wanting to. Just wanting to be freaking dead. It's just terrible. But all in all, I'm glad the guy got to fly again and, enjoy that one more time. And who knows what the future would hold for the guy. We'll probably never know, doesn't really matter, but still, even the fact that Abby was able to forgive him pretty quickly, admittedly, even though a couple days before she tried to frickin' slit his throat over what he had done. Just him saying just 2 simple words. I'm sorry. It's just, and it was so genuine. He genuinely regretted it, and he felt bad. And she could tell, and that's why just deep down, she was willing to forgive him. But now we get into this Snow of London arc, which, if I may say right out of the gate, I've noticed there was a change in the colors that they used. They were more grounded and realistic compared to, you know, the more extravagant, bright colors that we saw in previous arcs. These were a lot more down to earth, which I think is fitting given the setting and the tone that it's going for. It's been a lot more rational, I guess, compared to other arcs. I don't know. It's been a bit more personal. I think a smaller scale personal storyline is a nice change of pace, actually, because the other ones have been a lot huger, larger than life level scams and all that. But here, it's a lot more, you know, character driven in terms of what's been going on. You know, they've got personal stakes in what's happening here beyond just making money. Makoto wants to make things right to help those people at the boarding house, because, you know, he ended up messing things up by selling it for a lot less than it was really worth. And apparently even Cynthia's got some stuff tied in with this guy. Don't know what yet, sadly, because I have to stop right here, but within the next couple episodes, I'm sure we'll see exactly what went down. And a smaller scale, more personal arc is fitting, you know, for a 4-episode one. It will be the shortest that we've seen yet, which will then be followed by the longest we've seen yet, because apparently the last, 9 episodes are all one freaking arc, so honestly, from that perspective, splitting it into season 2 almost makes sense, but still doesn't really. And I don't know what to make of this James guy, you know? I mean, I have to admit, even though he is pretty slimy, as it would seem, the first introduction we got of the guy was him just berating and tearing down a frickin' local sushi place just for all that weird stuff, throwing the food right back in his face. What the heck are you doing, man? And he's an art critic. He's not a food critic. And maybe he has a side passion about critiquing food, but that was horrible, horribly rude, uncalled for. He apologized, quote unquote, for it right after, but just, what? You can't control yourself in public like that, man. Not cool. It's weird that he was so just bizarrely cruel when he can definitely put on, you know, a lot more of a charm when doing the auctions and all that. The guy knew the right words to say to make people like him. There's a reason he's so popular, but when the guy's on his own, yeah, he definitely lets a darker side out. It's kind of hard to get a read on. I feel like I'm supposed to hate him. I mean, given the first impression we got of the guy wasn't very good, but I mean he's also, you know, kind of, he's insanely manipulative. He's manipulating that girl like that. That's not good either. Very bad. So yeah, if you want to look, there's a lot of reasons to hate the guy, and he doesn't give you a lot of reasons to like him. So in fact, he doesn't give me any. Everything he's doing is a facade, so forget him. I'm not even sure how much he really cares about art. He flipped his lid when she didn't buy that art, saying, if you had just done it, it would have skyrocketed in value. Don't you know anything about that kind of stuff? Seems like he cares a lot more about the potential money that art would have made. Seems to me that, you know, the obvious thing here is that he's just selling it to her so that it'll inflate in value, and then he can just sell it again for even greater profits. That's probably what's happening here, right? Maybe the butler's catching on to that, and that's why he didn't let her do it. That's why he spoke up and said, hey, don't. It's just going to get really bad if you buy this. So, hats off to the butler dude. He's a real one. At least I think he is. I don't know enough yet. So for now, I guess that's going to be it, guys, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be fantastic. But next time, we'll be getting into the last couple episodes of this arc, and then we'll be starting the next couple of the next arc. Which, how is that going to affect the frickin' rest of the series here? I don't like having to react to it in the way that I'm currently doing with the 4 episodes, because it messes with the flow of the cases and all that. Probably should have organized something else going in and handled it in a different way, but something to think about for later. So yeah, there's 2 left for Snow of London, and then there's case 4, which is a 9-episode frickin' case. If I do it with the 4 episodes like I've been doing, there'll be, it would be, I guess I could do 4 and then 3. I mean, with a 9-episode arc like that, there's not much of a way for me to portion that out evenly. Ah well, we'll see. Want to say thanks again, though, to Battlephalton for continuing to commission for this series on Patreon. I appreciate it a lot. It's really great to get to check out Great Pretender. It's a really freaking good series, man. It's just so entertaining and engaging. And it's done really, really good character stuff, man. Just has a lot of nuance and in all of that. The animation, the artistry, the musical choices, super top notch. And honestly, I feel like I should have been watching this in the English dub, but I didn't ask beforehand. It's so rare that I've come across something that has an actually potentially good English dub that I just don't even ask sometimes. Ah well, hey, if you guys watching actually do want me to switch to the English dub right in the middle, I actually would not be against that. If you guys want me to, be sure to leave a comment telling me, otherwise it won't happen. So, if you want me to switch to the English dub instead because it's that good, let me know. I'll do it, because, hey, I'm a fan of good English dubs. English dubs are so few and far between that when a good one comes out, I'd really like to see it. So yeah, keep that in mind. But for now, that is it. Hope to catch you next time, but till then, I will see you guys all later.